Hello. Welcome to The Healing Artist. I'm your host, Frida. Hi, friends. Today, I am going to share with you a replay from my program, Return to Self-Love. We had a great meditation the other day that I thought would be fun to share with the podcast listeners. So it's a really slow grounding meditation. So I really walk you through the process of dropping your roots into the ground, dropping your grounding cord, clearing the chakra system, bringing a beam of light down through your body. So just getting really deeply rooted and grounded. And then in the meditation, there is a rainbow butterfly activator. And it's like we open up the back of our hearts and receive this sort of like mass of the energy of rainbow butterflies come in through the back of the heart, and it is an activation to assist in the receiving of energy, our abilities to receive the unconditional love of the universe. And then the meditation moves into a healing, and the healing is for sacred union inside of each of us. So a healing of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and bringing those two qualities together and placing them within this beautiful crown, placing a crown on the heart. It was quite a lovely meditation, and it was really far out there. And after it was over, I was like, oh, that's probably a good one to share with the collective. So it's just a class recording from last week. But yeah, a lot has been happening. Before we jump into that, I did want to just sort of check in about life. And that check-in is going to be telling you a story here about how I'm out of quarantine. So as I've mentioned in the past, my family had COVID. So my mom was exposed to COVID, then she got COVID, then my dad got COVID, and it was like the day after I'd gone up to see my mom. So I quarantined from my husband, and I have been in the art room quarantining for 10 days. And thankfully, a few days ago, my quarantine was up. So hallelujah to that, because it was like the good old days back when like COVID was super rampant and we did mega quarantine back in the day. While it wasn't that intense, I spent most of my time in this room just to keep him safe. And when I would be in the house, I was masked. And, you know, it's not my favorite, but also we do things in community and life for our family and the people around us in the world that, you know, it's just what you do. You get exposed to COVID and you just sort of stop in a way, or like isolate. And then it's like, okay, just make sure. So thankfully, I never tested positive. And also, thankfully, I had a whole bunch of tests that have just been given to us through a healthcare provider over the last several years, and they were just there. So it was like, okay, I have the test to take the tests. Everything ultimately ended up working out. And I got a lot of computer work done during this time. And also, the garage was like a safe space for me to be. So there was a project I wanted to do in the garage where I was like, I got this liquid rubber, and I was putting liquid rubber around the both exterior and interior of the garage walls, because when the home was built, it didn't have like the appropriate flashing put in around the garage door. So I've caulked it in the past, but I wanted to really go to town with this liquid rubber stuff because it's cool, and because honestly, like working in the garage was a place where I could be unmasked and also doing something. And, you know, 10 days is kind of a long time. So the first day out of quarantine, I was ecstatic, and my husband and I went on a date together, and we went hiking in the hills in Martinez, and it was a park that I've never been to before, and it was fantastic. It was gorgeous. It was a really hot day. It was like 93 or something, but we just had such a beautiful hike. And it was views of the water and these like amazing rolling hills, a lot of hill walking, which I love. I love going uphill. And afterwards, we had a delicious like late lunch, early dinner. at this totally old school institution in Crockett that's like a fish restaurant. It's a great restaurant, and it was so fun. Just sat there having lunch together, looking out at the water, looking out at the bridges. And we had this incredible fish stew that we shared and a big old skillet of bruschetta, which was delicious. My gosh, I haven't had that in for ages, and it was just so good. And because it was so hot on this walk, I don't drink alcohol, but it was like, you know what? A beer sounds great, like after this walk that we had had. So I had a beer. And I'm drinking the beer, and it felt amazing in my body. I was like, all right, this beer is good. You know, it was just really hitting. And he had a message come through on his phone. Now, he has been signed up for being a cat fostering program. And we have been traveling and not around a lot this summer, but our schedules are sort of settling in for this next sort of fall period of time, to the point where it seems like we can actually begin to get involved with the cat fostering program. Now, my husband and I had had a cat in the past, and she passed away about 2 years ago. We lost her. And she was our everything. She was beloved. We had her from when she was 6 weeks old. I found her on the street or in the bushes. She was crying in the bushes. And we had her from when she was 6 weeks old. And then she passed rather suddenly at age 11 because we were hoping to have her, you know, till 16 or more. We were hoping, and she had a beautiful life. But she did leave around age 11. So because she was my husband's soulmate. She was one of his soulmates. And it's been a time because, you know, your heart has to heal and mend and to get to the point where you can introduce another animal. At least it's been that way in our home. So we've been talking about cat fostering for quite some time, and it's finally happened. So we're sitting there at the lunch, and I've had this beer, and then this message comes through on his phone. Hey, we have an emergency situation for this cat foster situation. Kittens, would you be available? And I just was in such a good mood. I was so happy to be out of quarantine. I was just like, oh my gosh, let's go get these kittens. So it was 3 kittens. And believe it or not, we went and picked up 3 kittens, and now we are kitten fostering. So we are kitten parents at the moment. They eat all the time. This is like a full-time job. They're eating every few hours, and we're giving these kittens food from the little bottles. They're actually around 6 weeks old. They're eating slurry. They have teeth. And oh my God, we picked up these kittens, and like our social credit just went through the roof. It like elevated to 1,000% like overnight. Everybody wants to come over here and hang out and see these kids. So we have been also having people come through the house to want to sit with them and play with them and hang out, and like, hallelujah, right? It's great because we like friends. The house loves having people in it, so the house is really happy. The house is happy to have the kittens in the home. So all is well and good. And yeah, so we're fostering kittens, but it's also like no joke. Like they are, you know, I'm constantly giving them little baths and stuff because they walk through their own poo. It's a thing. It's a thing. If you've ever fostered kittens or had a kitten, you know what's up. And there's 3 of them. So I could show you the kittens. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll show them to you. And I can tell you what my husband named them. So this is Malcolm. Malcolm is a girl, but Malcolm is the middle kitten. So that's how they got that name. So this is Malcolm. This is Lilith. And Lilith's full name is Lilith Basement 2. My husband is a huge Binding of Isaac video game guy. And that is where I also love the name Lilith because I just love Lilith myself. But yeah, this is Lilith. She's our hardiest kitten. She loves to eat and she is awesome. She's all black. Yeah, she's an awesome kitty. And this is my personal favorite. This is Superstar. And Superstar's full name is Superstar. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Molesky Riley. Anyway, this is Superstar, and they're amazing. You can see how tiny they are. They're the runt. Get your face closer. Look at them. Here. Superstar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to stay with me? Yeah. There you go. I'm just going to let you stay. Superstar gets held a lot, and they have a little difficulty latching when they eat and stuff, so they're smaller. They're our little runt. They're very tiny compared to Lilith, who is a great eater and is almost growing daily. So now we've had these cats, let's see, it's Tuesday. We picked them up Saturday night, so they haven't been here that long, but we are now popular. We're popular now. So those are the kittens, and that is the most exciting things in our lives right now. So enjoy this rainbow butterfly sacred union slow grounding meditation. And if you can, stop what you're doing, have a seat, and really sink into it and do this one. It's quite good. And the healing in it, the sacred union healing around the heart, is quite powerful. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. All right, enjoy. Let's just do some really deep breathing here, moving into our physical forms, and let's notice them before we do anything else. Let's feel our bodies. Really notice any sensations that are coming up for you today. And if your mind has any kind of inclination to push this practice away, investigate that. What's that about? Any resistance to it? All right. And just noticing at the beginning here how we feel. And let's get going here just by rubbing our hands together. Really feel that heat between the palms of your hands. Rub them vigorously. Generating that heat, electricity, chi, getting that blood flowing in the hands and your arms. And as you're ready, begin to pull your hands apart. And imagine that crackling electricity between the palms of your hands. Imagining that white hot electric lemon yellow orange great central sun between the palms of your hands. We're going to take that great central sun and we're going to burst it out into our auric field now. Cleaning and clearing as it goes. Anything hanging out in your energetic auric field just drops down through the ground and is returned to the center of the earth where it is recycled for the highest good of all. I'm gonna go ahead and invite you to place your palms of your hands palm down on your knees or the tops of your legs. We're going to really breathe deeply into our body, taking our attention and putting it below our hearts. So if you want to squeeze the tops of your legs, if you want to push your feet down into the ground, really feel those things and put the monkey mind, the egoic mind on the sensation in your physical form sitting below your heart. And let's breathe deeply into our bodies 3 times. Just arriving in this moment together. There is no past and there is no future. There is only the now. In this moment, with the sound of my voice, that is the now. With the sensations in your physical form right now. Honoring our bodies and our minds exactly as they are in this moment. And let's open up the bottoms of our left and right feet. So opening up the bottom of the left foot by imagining a little spinning foot chakra, spinning open, spinning wide, and then opening up the bottom of the left foot and spin open and open the bottom of the right foot. Just whoop, open windows. And from there, let's drop 500 energetic tree roots of light down through the left foot and 500 energetic tree roots of light down through the right foot. So stick with me on this one and now feel them moving down, in, deep, far, and wide. Imagine those roots down, in, down, in. Your body is becoming this pillar, this tree, and you're going to send those roots deep, deep, far, and wide down to the center of the earth. And they move down nearly instantaneously. It's so fast. And then as we reach the core center of true earth, we're going to take those roots and we're going to wrap them around the center of the earth 1, 2, 3 times. And then let's imagine or feel that rich, high vibrational, nourishing energy. Maybe you can see it. It just starts rushing up those roots, those hundreds of thousands of roots that are extended out in every direction. It comes up those roots. Really stick with it. Imagine them rising up those roots, up, 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 up through the earth. Just really feeling that Mother Earth energy rising, rising, rising. Let's really take our time with it this morning. I notice that I often rush you because I do this quite quickly. I zip through my connection and I'm realizing that I want to really walk you through this so that you are feeling it. I recognize that I've become quite practiced at it and I forget that it would be very helpful to walk you through this so that you can get these sensations into your form as well. So now that energy is starting to come up and reach the bottom of our feet. Move into the feet, over the ankles, going up the shins, over the calves, over the knees. Moving that energy beautifully into the tops of the legs and into the thighs. And just sense that energy moving into your reproductive organs, your pelvic floor, and your root chakra. Let's take our root chakra and imagine it. And we're just going to imagine it spinning open, spinning wide open, wider and wider. So starting smaller and it's spinning open like a dinner plate, open like a charger, open as wide as a foot and a half. And then imagine dropping a grounding cord of light straight down from that root. Down, down, down. Quickly, this grounding cord just moves through the earth and boop, makes a connection to the core center of true earth. And let's work with this one really slowly. So just imagine that energy from the center of the earth moving up the grounding cord. And you can picture it in your mind's eye. You can feel it. You can just know it. You can sense it. Moving up, up, up through the earth. This beautiful, dense, rich energy, whatever you need. Our beautiful Mother Earth knows exactly what we need. For each one of us is different. Moving that energy coming up into the pelvic floor. Imagine it coming into the reproductive organs, filling up each of your hip sockets, filling up your thighs, your legs, the tops of your legs, pouring down over your knees, pouring through the calves, your shins, the ankles, the feet, and then it pours down and into those energetic roots that we've already established. Just sit with that, feel it, and just follow that energy as it goes down into those roots. Thousands and thousands and thousands of roots. And follow them down to the core center of true earth. So as this energy that we need moves up the grounding cord into our body and down through our feet and back to the earth, as this moves through us, it's really anchoring us into the land, anchoring us in all directions. And feel it could feel so heavy. You might imagine it as like because you're just grounded now, and earth energy is heavy, it is dense. Sometimes that density is uncomfortable. We have a tendency to like those higher frequencies. It's fun to work with angels. But we really want to be deeply rooted and grounded in the earth so that we are unshakable through the external chaos, so that nothing can detach us from the seat of ourselves when we're grounded like that. This is why it's so important. And when you show up for yourself and you show up for spirit and you are grounding so deeply into the earth, day in and day out, that is how these spiritual gifts get activated. This is how you begin to experience more deeply the multisensory world, because when we are grounded and rooted like this, we are having access to the earth cleansing our energy and assisting us in moving all of the trivial triggers and blocked energy fields and all the things in our body. It is assisting us in moving those things through 24/7. Because when we show up for her, she's showing up for us. And we represent that in meditation with our golden circle of reciprocity. So opening up the front of our hearts and opening up the back of our hearts and pulling that golden circle of Christ light through the back of the heart, out the front of the heart, and down through the center of the earth. As we receive from our beautiful Mother Earth, we give back to our beautiful Mother Earth, and it is recycled for the highest good of all down through the core center. And here it is again, giving to us. So we receive and we give, and it is recycled. We receive, we give, and it is recycled. this beholden circle of reciprocity. And feel it. Feel this channel open. Imagine it. Open this channel in your heart. Imagine it being open to the front. The front of our hearts is where we give. We give unconditional love through the fronts of our hearts. The backs of our hearts is where we receive. All of us need to work on our receiving, for that is it is something that all of us can learn. Often we overgive. Old souls, people who have so much empathy and compassion, they give and give and give. And something that we must learn is to receive, and that we are worthy of all of the incredible love that we give to others. We are worthy of receiving that again for ourselves. So opening up the back of the heart and receiving that is honoring yourself. It is correct for you to receive, and it is correct for you to give. Correct energetic exchange is one of the laws of the universe that is incredibly important. We dishonor ourselves when we give too much and we overgive. So, working today, really, I want to work with receiving. So, just widening that back of the heart at this moment, widening that open, and just inviting into the back of the heart the Rainbow Butterfly Collective. And this is a collective energy of courage, bravery, transformation, profound change. It's a collective that shows the willingness to show up for yourself, a willingness to look at every aspect of you, the shadows and the light, to fully receive yourself exactly as you are, exactly in this moment, and to love every aspect, the darkness and the light. There is no aspect of you that is bad. That is a human judgment. And it's a judgment based on the things that you have been absorbed through your life. For the universe loves you exactly as you are, and you are worthy of all of the most beautiful love in the entire world, for you are made of love. And you deserve it right now, not after you do something, not after you lose 10 pounds, not after you accomplish some goal or make some trivial amount of money. Now, you're worthy of everything right now. So just allowing these butterflies to pour into your back and receiving them. And I want you to sink into what this feels like. Don't just hear my words, feel it. See if you can feel it. Pouring into your back, filling every inch of your internal being, every inch of your auric field with courage, with self-love, self-honoring, patience, filling you with patience for yourself, filling you with forgiveness for yourself. Where are you scolding you? Just allow the butterflies to come in and allow their wings, their flapping wings, to transform that energy, to alchemize it and turn it into light. If it's uncomfortable to receive, notice. Are there any parts of your body that does not want to absorb the butterfly energy? And notice that. And don't beat yourself up for it. For it is just the noticing. It's a signpost to where there's work to do, a signpost into what aspect of your body requires some help. So please just continue to receive. And this energy is just being turned into the most brilliant golden blast of sparkling, glittery light that comes from the heavens. It is this gorgeous God energy, this Christ energy that is just blasting you with love, just unconditional love. And pulling together in the center of your heart, the yin and yang, the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies. These are things that each of us carry inside of us. Meeting today in the center of our hearts, pulling the divine feminine energy of the earth up through our grounding cords and meeting you in your heart space. Pulling this divine masculine energy down from source energy, down from the heavens, down into the heart. And just working these two energy lights in your heart space. This sometimes can be a really emotional frequency. So much damage has been done in this place. Through the histories of our ancestors, we carry so much damage of the divine masculine, the divine feminine, because we have not experienced the divinity of each. We have only experienced the wounded nature, the distorted masculine, the distorted feminine. So, working in this heart space here with the yin and yang, what we can do at this time together, and just working here to mend and create safety for each within at this time. And taking your attention and keeping it in the heart. Dayanamaya kananiyanamaya. Oshanaya namakatiyana iyana iyana. Omaniyana kana inayana. Onamayana tiyana mea. This is an activation for safety. Atapanaya tatiyana kanaya niya ea. Tapayana katanayana niyana meaka. Ashanamaya katayana niyana maya. It's fusing these two together in the yin and yang. It's fusing the divine masculine and the divine feminine nature within each of you because you do hold both. There is a prayer of forgiveness and a prayer of being seen to see each of the natures and qualities within your own heart. And creating a sacred union within each. Manakateana, makatiana. Bestowing these feelings of just overwhelming unconditional love, for you are the beloved. The relationship is within yourself. Um, you are the greatest gift with your own relationship within you. And just bestowing just this, oh, this unconditional love of the self. Taya nakataya ma niya nakateana mea kakatia. Ana meana iana na ya ya. Tatiana. Oh, to love and to be loved, to care and to be cared for, to be held and to hold. All of for you. You do not need this outside source. It is wonderful to come together and be in community and have great lovers. But this activation is about the union within yourself, the sacred union within you. Tatayana mayana anania katayama. Placing around your hearts this beautiful golden crown, a crown that you would place on the head of your beloved. You're placing it on your heart. It's a crown that you're wearing. Uniting this sacred king and queen within each of you. Requesting that you step into your positions of royalty. Sometimes we think of ourselves as, oh, I'm the court jester, or I'm just a page. I'm a tailor in the village. Requesting the ability for you to step into your power as the ruler of your own inner landscape. You are the king, you are the queen. You are the sacred union. And just activating that within each of your hearts. And just these last moments together, I'm going to invite you to place your hand on your heart. And we're going to do some deep belly breathing and just really integrate this light. There's no more hiding for each of you. There's no more hiding, my dears. It's time for you to step up into your power. You are safe to be seen in this lifetime, and it is time for you to have a willingness to see yourself, experience your personal authenticity, and then step into your personal power and greatness. Because the world doesn't need you hiding anymore. The world needs you in it, sharing, vibrant and bright. Because the people are coming that are going to need assistance, and we are raising the vibration and energy of the planet in order for more to come. The sacred union and the sacred peace inside yourself for you to get clear with your own work and with your own inner healing. To deal with your own personal conflict and face it within is the path forward. For navigating the external is quite challenging when we cannot navigate our own inner landscape. So applauding you for everything you have done, everywhere you're going, everywhere you've been, and greeting you again now in the now, the only moment that there is. Ooh, okay. And for time. All right, my dears, drink lots of water. All right, lots and lots of water. And allowing, if you're especially emotional at any point, just allowing it, allowing that just to be. This was kind of a big one today. It was pretty far out there. And you can also return to it if you want to as well in the future. It's here. It'll be in the replays library. All right, my dears, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that recording. Now, if you have any interest in joining us for a free week at Return to Self-Love, reach out. I have a website, fridahealing.com, and within Frida Healing, there is a Return to Self-Love section. Go to that, and there's a button, and you can push the button. It says, join us for a free week. So I like to invite all prospective students for a free week to see if they like the program, to sort of see if they can commit to coming daily to this meditation group, and just see if our energies vibe well together and if they vibe well with the other people that are in the community. So yeah, if you have any interest, head on over to fridahealing.com, click the join the free week button, and we will find a week that suits you, and I'll invite you to come. If you afterwards, we'll have a conversation, and if it works out, then you have the ability to join. And Return to Self-Love is, if you want it, priced to be like, I'm pricing this for volume in order to help the most amount of people possible. So it is absolutely reasonably priced. It's like a fancy cup of coffee every day for 5 days a week. And if you want it, this is an amazing offer. You know, not everybody's ready to do this insanely deep dive work. Because when you're in there, we're working hard. You're looking at yourself. You're going to meet your shadow. You're going to meet your light. We're going to work on bringing them together. It's not easy work, but it is incredibly powerful. And the activations are incredibly powerful. Everybody's energy is working off of each other. And yeah, people's spiritual gifts start popping off. There's a lot of activations, and the amount of things that have happened for folks in the group are truly spectacular. We've got people speaking light language, doing dream work. We've got an animal communicator now. We've got telepathic communication happening. So like people's stuff pings off of each other, and it's really, really, really neat. It's neat. So if you have any interest, click that button to come for a free week, and we'll get you in there and see what you think. All right, my dears. I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe. And yeah, if you're listening to us on a podcast catcher, go ahead and follow me. And tell your friends about The Healing Artist. If this is a program that lights you up and you are enjoying it, tell your friends. I am actively working to grow the audience, and I'm ready to step out there a little bit more. Each episode I get better and better. So yeah, ready to grow the community. So tell your friends if you like what I'm putting down. Also, you can leave a 5-star review. You can do that on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can leave me a comment on YouTube. All those things sort of like help the algorithm notice me and be able to recommend it for others. All right, my dears. I wanted to tell you that I love you. God, Universe, Source loves you. And I hope you have a wonderful day.